Well, just wanted to thank you. Your probate letter made me $24,875
Right,
last week.
repeat that. I must have missed something. Say that again.
$24,875
So
is
tell us how you got it. Like tell us the process. You can kind of give us a skinny version of it.
sure. So I've been in probate for a couple years. Did the whole guru route, wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
But it's we've talked enough. The probate letter was super helpful. The What I did is basically hired a VA to pull probate leads, went through the actual file, determined which ones actually had property and which ones didn't. I didn't want to blast everybody, so I was very specific.
Okay.
Um, Sent out 6 campaigns of about 150, 200 each. I cold called them first. Then I sent out the actual mail. Um, these people texted me and they said, "Hey, what's going on? Another wholesaler or something is just wasting my time. Another investor out of Arizona." And I looked it up. Sure enough, they had it listed on the MLS, which they didn't really give them permission for. They just signed. Maybe they did. They
Wow.
signed whatever. Complete waste of time. Way over market. Like I think they had it listed at 350. The contract was around 300. I offered
Okay.
a guaranteed um, offer of at least 200 because they had a mortgage. So at least 200 they'd walk away with, besides taxes and judgments. And they were happy with that. They were just down to the wire. They needed it. They basically needed the money day of closing to get back home because they were a couple hours north. They were that desperate and down to the
Wow.
wire. And they were so grateful. Like, can't tell you how happy they were that someone ethical that knew what they were doing came along and actually helped them. So I sent them some gas money because the wire was slow. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
um,
Guys, dude, like I just want you to understand like what Jonathan's saying is what I teach and what I do in wholesaling. And so many people like, well, what do they know they're making a profit or are they gonna have a problem with it? I'm like, dude, you gotta find people that just really need to sell, not want to sell. Those that's what the realtors deal with, who need to sell. And I'm telling you, amazing things will happen. And if you don't think they're out there, I'm telling you they're there. You just have to keep looking. Is it easy? No. I never told you it was easy. But if you consistently do take the same action over and over and keep doing it, it's boring, it's monotonous, but man, it will pay off for you. I've loved probates. I found them by accident. Um, I like them because they're easy, they're pretty set forth, and when I find someone with motivation on a probate, we literally drop everything in our company because I make 56K per probate. I'm not even going to tell you how many I do a year. It's that much. And that alone almost covers like 35% of my revenue for my company. Think about that. There's just a handful of people. I'm not one of these guys that tells you got to go get 30,000 leads and kill yourself because if you guys haven't figured out that's all pie in the sky BS stuff to sell you courses. It doesn't. How much does it cost you to process 30,000 leads? I know what it costs. You will not survive. Anybody comes to Florida with that mantra, they always fail because it's not an easy. If it was that easy, corporate America would own wholesaling. There's not $1 billion corporation that runs wholesaling. Why? Because it's all localized. It takes tremendous energy to drive and do this. How many hours did you put in that deal, Jonathan, from start to finish? Like talking to people and like dealing with them in actual.
them specifically, or just this particular
Just
campaign in
this one.
general? Oh man, couple days of conversations. There was a text that he sent me,
Yeah.
big long text. I looked up the property, went and saw it, and I said, I mean, in
Yeah.
my mind, I'm thinking, okay, they're never going to accept an offer. But I've had problems in the past where I've offered what I think they would take versus what was actually a good offer.
Yeah.
And in this case, I'm like, it was a throwaway deal. I'm like, this is the most I can pay you.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and then I forgot about it. And then it was actually a conversation because his wife got on,
Yeah.
and she's like, she was the one who was more adamant about it than he was.
And I get that a lot. Sometimes you deal with one party in the transaction and they're like, they kind of poker face you even though they need to sell.
Yeah.
And then the other one gets hold of it like, are you crazy? Take his offer. Like, we need to move on. And that's one of the reasons why, if you have a motivated seller and you've met with them, at some point you should give everybody an offer. Because at one point, I used a technique where I used to mail everybody an offer after we did it. Like we were just a follow up. Like a week later we'd do it, and then another week we'd send it, and 10% of them would call us to refire the deal back up. I got a little bit different process because it. But I'm just saying, if you guys never make an offer because they never got past the verbal, even if you get a verbal like Jonathan did, submit it. Sometimes the husband will turn it down, but the wife goes, "We got to move forward." Like I haven't paid the mortgage in 4 months. I got no more money left. We got to move. So you want to open up that journey. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey before? Like you used my letter, like good and bad. Like the reason is it's not for me. It's so people understand. By the way, guys, I got no problem when you guys hire people for gurus. I'm just trying to save you the pain of the reality of like the guru business. Most of it is it's super sexy, it's so easy, follow me, you'll get this done. And then when you get signed out, you find hundreds, if not thousands of people, and you're like, how the heck am I ever going to get like this person's attention to get some help here? So can you help guide us through? Because you've obviously been the jury. I don't, dude. I've paid people. I've already told you that. Like, I just find for beginning wholesaling is the most convoluted like mind field you have to go through, and I don't understand why it's this bad. Because you know why? It's because you guys keep giving them your money. So I want to create an outlet where you guys can actually have success, make your first 100 grand, and then you can decide how you want. Because scaling a business is a huge financial commitment. It is, guys. I've done it, dude. I ran 15 employees in this business, and I hated it. I hated it. I had no freedom, which is why I got in this business. And then I was doing so many meetings, and then I was working 6, 7 days a week. And I remember talking to my accountant. He goes, "You don't look happy." I go, "I'm not." He goes, "Well, cut the shit out." I'm like, it took 2 years to unwind it. And I did. And I just went back. And then when I taught my son the business, I go, I don't want to get, like, I enjoy just flipping the houses. I make plenty of money. I don't need any of those crap. In 2013, I saw what was going on in the coaching community. I'm like, man, you should have saw the stuff being told to me, guys. Like, I can't even repeat it on air. Like, it's like there's a certain cult of like coaching that goes on, and you're not getting the truth in any of it. To be honest with you, they're all coached on how to get as much money from you guys as humanly possible and drag the income on forever. They want to constantly have you guys keep paying 3, 5, 10 grand to find out more information and more information and more information. And I told them all, you're crazy. It's the stupidest business model I've ever heard. So you guys see what I'm doing now? None of them talk to me, and I'm okay with it. I don't care. Everyone's a big boy, but like I'm here for you guys. I'm not here to be friends with the coaches. So I don't speak on stages. I don't do any of that because I don't have anything to sell. So why bring me on? If you can't financially benefit from me, why not? I give everything I can back to you guys. And so, Jonathan, if you can share any of your journey beforehand on some of the frustrations like you've had, your successes, like how long have you been doing this in total?
Yeah, so my dad actually got me into the business. He did a few deals, well, quite a few deals early on. He's military, but he would do this
Okay.
on the side.
Smart
Um,
man.
yeah, got me into it. After high school, I did dual enrollment, so I had a couple years of college under my belt. I was just
There you
burnt
go.
out.
And guys,
Um,
if any of you are on here and you're at that age and do that, do that. My son did it. My daughter did it. Get a head start. And a lot of times your state will pick up your education while you're in college doing that. And then when you get to college, you can bang it out in like 2 years.
yeah.
So that's a great example. That gives you a 2 year head start. So if I taught you how to make 100 grand, 2 years, that's $200,000 in your pocket. Plus, you don't have any of those ridiculous student loans we're all talking about. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So just wanted, always was entrepreneurship. I loved entrepreneurship. Always an entrepreneur at heart. This business was really tough getting into. It was very much into the fire. He put me on the phones. He sent me to look at properties, doing driving for dollars, and then he got another contract with military, so he wasn't as available during the day. So it was just me sitting in an office having to figure some of it out. Anyway, a couple years ago, we parted ways. He said, "I've taught you as much as I can. Go off, do your own thing." I'm doing that now, and it was rough early on. I'll be honest. The I was going after high equity vacants out of state, thousands of leads. Cold calling. I had a cold calling thing set up with Mojo and then Call Tools. It was just exhausting. Lots of no's,
Yeah.
lots of frustrated people. It's just landlords and
Yeah.
vacation homeowners. That was all I was talking to. Um, so a couple months ago, beginning of this year, I really wanted to focus on probates. Started pulling the very specific probates within an area. Built an entire offer, like Google Earth the picture of the property, pulled the comps,
Mm-hmm.
estimated stuff, sent them an actual offer in the mail with a contract. Didn't work. It was too tedious. Found your letter. Started figuring out stuff with the county. I'm in Hillsborough, so it's a pretty competitive area.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I mean, there's deals everywhere. So
Okay.
pulled about 1,200 probate leads. Called them first through call tools, had them skip trace, called them. Those that didn't pick up, I sent them a letter, your letter. Um, and then, yeah, just got a few. The few calls I got back were either explaining the situation, thank you for the letter. They
Mm-hmm.
were listing leads because I'm licensed as well, which I mean, again, three or 4,000 on a sale versus 20,
Yeah.
30. It's kind of a waste of time, it seems. Um, and yeah, so far I've got that one. I've got another closing in about 3 weeks from the cold calling,
Yeah.
which that'll be about 27. I have a few questions for you, and a lot of them are very specific, but I don't want to. I know you got other people to get to, so I don't want to spend too much time.
Let's do this. If you, I will be on Monday night. If you jump on there, I'll be happy to help them because I get a little bit more time. I
Sure.
got a couple more people I got to help out here. But dude, guys, how old are you, Jonathan?
26.
Okay. So he's doing an amazing job. You're doing exactly what I teach in probates. He he taught you how to basically cold call them and how to mail them. And honestly, if you just do that, it works really well. If you want to do the sticky note and like really ramp it up and you got the ability to do it, it works well. And then I provide you that template letter in freewholesaling.com. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I just ask you guys change the letter up a little bit so we're all not sending out the same letter because that's my biggest fear with it. And if I see that, I will take the letter down because I was so effective in my local market. Every realtor, every investor copied me, and I had to stop it for a while. So now I've got 7 different variations, and I rotate them, and but they work very well. So, dude, keep doing what you're doing, man. Like you have so much stuff in front of you. Like it's an amazing, and make sure you thank your father for the for him getting you in this business. So I love it. Let's talk Monday, and I'll update you. I'll answer all those questions. Okay.
Awesome. I'll see you then.
Okay.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks.